What's going on YouTube? Alan here with DustyHikers.com, and today I have another head-to-head shoe video. This one is with between the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. I don't know who at marketing and Salomon came up with that, but it's way too long. Versus the Merrell MQM Flex 2. If you know my channel, you know that the Merrell MQM Flex 2 is the shoe that won the 5 shoe test video a year ago, where I test 5 shoes against each other and then pick the winner. And I tested it again this year against the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero and 3 other shoes, and it did not win this year. Neither of these shoes won that test. So if you're interested to know which shoe, if you want a shoe similar to these that's actually better, go and check out that video on my channel. It is testing 5 hiking shoes and picking a winner. And so neither of these shoes actually won that. But we're not talking about that shoe. We're talking about these 2 shoes. So if you were going to decide between these 2 shoes, which one do I think you should purchase? So the first consideration is, how much money do you have? Well, fortunately on Amazon, these shoes are both $110, identical price practically. So price really isn't going to be your deciding factor. Oh man, it's so hard to say. The Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero is a newer shoe with probably more updated technology and things like that in it. So it might be the better option for most people, but it's not the one that I would choose. I would go back and just buy the Merrell MQM Flex 2 again. It's just a great shoe. Again, it's a shoe that won my test a year ago. It's a shoe I've been hiking in for a year, and it's just amazing. Okay, next question. Is traction on the trail important to you? So both of these shoes go with a manufacturer's sole or rubber compound. And what I mean by that is they didn't go with Vibram, which is kind of like the industry standard. Like if you want a really grippy, awesome sole, then you should go with Vibram. So the X Ultra Pioneer Aero, they have this Salomon product called Conta Grip, which I call Conta Slip. So when I test these shoes, one of the things that I test all the shoes for in my advanced footwear research laboratory, AKA my garage, is for slip or grip. So what I do is, in my garage, I have a suspension strap trainer that is affixed to the ceiling. I lean away from the anchor point and get up on my toes and keep moving my toes back until they start to slip. At that point where they slip, I back it back up to where I can hold it, and then I just mark to see where it landed on the inches, and then I mark that, and then I just score it against the other shoes. So this shoe performed worse than the Merrell MQM Flex 2 on grip. The Merrell MQM Flex 2 has a compound from Merrell, so again from the manufacturer, called Quantum Grip, which is very effective. It's almost as good as Vibram, which says a lot. And this is a year of wear on these lugs, and they're still quite grippy. I want to say a year ago they were much grippier, because when I first got these, the lugs, so when you buy these, they've got little like scoring or like little hatch marks in them that are very, very small, but I think provide even more grip on the bottom of these. Unfortunately, obviously after a year, that's all gone. You can kind of see it here a little bit, probably not, but it's this little like hatch scoring, and that's all gone now, but they're still grippy, and they still beat the Conta Grip from Salomon. So if traction on the trail is important, I think that the Merrell MQM Flex 2 provides a better solution. Okay, battery's running out on my camera. As always, if you're finding something useful here and I'm helping you make this big, important purchasing decision between the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero versus the Merrell MQM Flex 2, please consider hitting like, and that way YouTube will send this video out to more people who are in the same situation that you are. Thank you. Okay, next question. Is protection underfoot important to you? I also tested these 2 shoes against each other for protection underfoot. So what I do is I just step on a rock. I have 1 shoe on each foot, and I just see which one is able to sort of absorb that rock more, and also which one I can feel the rock less wearing that shoe. So the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero did provide more protection. They have a rock plate, as do the Merrell MQM Flex 2. These actually got second place in that test against all the other shoes. They didn't win, a different shoe won, but they provide very, very good protection. Okay, next question, one that's very important for me at 51 with 51-year-old feet. how important is comfort to you? Comfort's extremely important to me. I think in a lot of ways it kind of just trumps everything else. If you want a really, really comfortable shoe, don't buy the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. I don't know what it is. I've tried Salomon 2 years in a row and they just don't work for my foot. It's something just weird about the way they make these shoes. So one issue that I have is that I have a normal to low arch. I do have an arch. And the arch support inside these shoes feels quite far forward, so it feels like almost towards like my forefoot, and it's also quite pronounced. At the end of the day, I would wear these all day and testing them, and I'd also go hiking in them. But at the end of the day, this was the only shoe that I really wanted to get off, and my feet would be like, oh, thank you for taking those shoes off. On the other hand, this shoe, you put it on, you wear it all day. It's like it's like you're not even wearing a shoe. This thing is extremely comfortable, and the way it's made, it's just gonna work for so many feet. Again, I have a pretty normal foot and it just fits like a glove. It's just awesome. It's just the right amount of cushion and support, but not too much, right? So you're able to just be in the shoe without the shoe telling you like where your foot needs to be. These are great shoes and much more comfortable than the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. Okay, last question, and the most important one. Do you want to look good while you're hiking? In that case, I'm gonna have to go with the Salomon X Ultra Pioneer Aero. There it is right there, X Ultra, see that? They're cool looking, right? I don't like these shoes because they don't feel good on my foot and they're not as grippy as other shoes and all of that. I know a lot of people are hardcore Salomon fans, but I'm not. I've tried. I'm not gonna give up. There might be like a $350 pair of hiking boots or something from Salomon. They're just amazing that I need to try out, and that could be a future video. Okay, that's it for this video. If you're gonna consider buying one of these two shoes, I highly recommend that you buy the Merrell MQM Flex 2. Again, you can go check on Amazon. Sometimes there's different colors on there that they're still selling, and sometimes they're as low as like $80. So if you don't care what they look like, they're gonna perform extremely well for $80. It's a steal right now. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you, bye-bye.